So hi everybody, and I'm so delighted that today I've got Ian Spencer of IS Digital Marketing with me, and what we're going to be doing is a mini mastermind session on how to improve your online marketing. So I'm just going to say a quick hello to Ian. Ian, can you hear me and see me?
Hi Cam, Miranda, you okay?
Fantastic. Yeah, no, I'm great. And I'm so grateful, Ian, that you're giving up your time today to record this mini session with me.
No problem at all.
Can you just give me and the people watching this video a little bit of a background as to how you got into online marketing, please? What's your background?
I've done it all my life, really. My first dip into the water of online marketing was many, many years ago. I went to work for a property company in London, a property portal, and this was just as Google was being born. Back in those days, we were using Netscape. We were using the Yahoo directory, which was closed this weekend and things like that. So I started right from the beginning, before AdWords, just as Google was being launched. And my job was to go in and I was a BDM for a property company, like I said, but half of my job was basically making sure the website was performing and things. And back in those days, you didn't realize the importance of appearing in Google because people didn't really use it. So my main aim was to make sure the website is visible on other sources. And then it's progressed. I worked for those guys for 7 years, and I still contract to them now. I ran my own web design company, which I sold, and I now run a medium-sized kind of online marketing company that just specializes in online marketing. No web design, none of that, just online marketing and SEO.
Thank you. So that's what IS Digital Marketing does, your online marketing and SEO for small businesses, small and medium businesses.
The previous company was web design, SEO, everything. These days, because I'm a Google partner, I just really focus on AdWords and online marketing and SEO. That's kind of what I'm known for in the local areas. It's kind of SEO.
So you're a bit of an online marketing thoroughbred, would that be fair to say?
I've seen a lot of changes. As I say, people, when I mention I'm slightly old in the game now, I am slightly old in the game. There's a lot of young ones coming up that have never really had the background that I've had, because SEO's changed, so much over the past 10 years. It's there's fundamentals are recognizable, but there's a lot of it that's changed. And as Google have cracked down on a lot of stuff, we've had to abide by that as well.
And are you happy for me? Sorry, we haven't agreed this beforehand, but you say you're feeling old in the game now. Do you mind sharing?
I look it as well.
Do you mind sharing how old you are?
Yeah, I'm 33, which
okay.
I know there's going to be a few people going, what's he on about? But, because I've been doing it for so long, I'm considered quite old in the industry, whereas a lot of the most recognizable guys are probably doing it half or less of time, but they've obviously been able to work with the techniques that are working now, whereas we've had to adapt, we've had to change, we've had to go back and things. So yeah, I've been in it for some time.
Well, and I think the reason I wanted to pick up on that is a lot of people who will be watching this will be quite a bit older than you. They're going to be more my age and possibly even older than that, if that's possible. But it does feel quite hard to keep up with things. And I think that's one of the reasons you and I wanted to do this, was really to kind of simplify some of the mysteries of online marketing and sort of to give some real clear pointers to those of us who feel like we're getting a bit left behind and aren't quite sure. So thank you so much for that.
No problem.
So in your view, how would you explain what online marketing is?
I would just say, literally, rather than complicate everything, online marketing is just marketing, but it's to get people that are using the internet. So your traditional marketing is normally getting people into your shop, getting people to book you for service or whatever. Online marketing is exactly the same. It's about getting the right kind of person to your website to do something. So if you're doing what I do, I want businesses to come along and use me. If you're doing what you do, you want people coming along and wanting to start a business or grow their business and that kind of thing. If you're a decorator, you want somebody come into your website that wants a house decorated. So literally all I do is take a offline marketing online. So I'm interested in getting people that are using the internet, of which more and more do now. Years ago when it all started, the proportion of people that used to go in their yellow pages was huge. Hence Yellow Pages was like that, and now it's down to that, and that is kind of how the industry's changed, so and I will never criticize offline marketing. It's still got a huge role to play, but as more and more people use the internet, online marketing is becoming more and more important. So really online marketing is just about making sure that your business is seen when somebody is searching for what you're offering.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, because I saw some statistics not so long ago that suggested that something like nearly 90% of the UK population are accessing the internet on a
Yeah.
daily, weekly basis. I must look up those statistics and actually sort of,
Add,
put them
and
out.
add to that, 50% of those will be using a mobile. So that's
Yeah,
another form of online
yeah,
marketing
yeah.
experience as well. So, it's the way everything's going, and a lot of my clients now want to make sure that their website is ranking on mobile searches. I work with quite a few trade suppliers. They want to make sure that when their contractor's in the middle of nowhere, but they've got a 4G connection, they're searching for, a cable avoidance tool or something, that they can order it there and then,
Yeah.
and so you're quite right. The 90% of people now find stuff online, but another 50% of those 90% also want to use their mobile phone, and it's a totally different ranking algorithm in the Google as well. So it's quite important.
Yeah, I agree totally. So therefore, the second thing I kind of really wanted to ask you was, is online marketing just for big businesses?
No. Literally, if we go back to the offline world, the real world, so to speak, you've got small businesses competing with big businesses. It depends on the person who they want to use. So when it comes to online, it's exactly the same. Not everybody's going to want to use a national blind supplier. Somebody's going to want to use a local blind supplier and things. So just because you're a smaller business doesn't mean that you shouldn't be investing in SEO or online marketing. Making sure you're visible to your local clients, your national clients, your international clients is important for the sole trader through to the multinational £1 million company. For some industries, maybe not so, but for most industries I work with, it doesn't matter if you're a team of 3 people or a team of 300. You've still got a chance of winning that business. And to win that business, you've got to be seen. So whether you're big, small, or medium, you've got no choice, really.
And I'm aware that we've used an abbreviation a few times that we've made an assumption that people understand. But how would you explain what SEO is?
SEO is search engine optimization. So basically, in the most simple terms, it's about being visible in search engines. So Google, Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuck, all of those kind of things. So it's important, basically. So it's about making sure all of the elements are in place, both on your website and off your website, to make sure that when somebody searches for a plumber in Gloucestershire, your website comes up. When somebody searches for a tape measure, your website comes up. And optimization, the last word is pretty much what it is. It's making sure that your website is optimized so that when somebody searches for something, you appear in Google, Bing, whatever, but also to make sure that your website converts.
Yeah.
So it's all very well appearing, but if they land on your website and it's not optimized for the user, then you're not going to get that sale or that business. So literally, the last word is the biggest thing. It's optimizing to make sure your website's as good as it can be.
Fantastic. And there are a few simple things that people can do, aren't there,
Yeah.
to improve their optimization?
Yeah, I mean there are. I mean it's literally coming, as I say, mobile responsive. So making sure your website works on a mobile phone is one of the big SEO things now, because Google released an algorithm that was supposedly going to wipe out non-mobile friendly websites. It didn't happen, but the indications are that if your website's not mobile friendly, then that's going to have a huge impact on your rankings at some stage down the road. Not as quite as quick as many people predicted, but making sure, as I say, your website's fully optimized. Things like title tags, H1 headers, meta description tags, all of the techie stuff. But the biggest thing is, even if you didn't worry about all those other things, is content, writing content. And I know you're a big with your clients on the 30-day challenges of writing blogs and things. That's so important. Content is really crucial. So if you really don't understand all the title tags, and maybe you've not got the money to invest in an SEO guy or whatever, working on adding your own content, writing content is in the top 5 things that you need to be doing from an optimization point of view. So there's lots of things you can do yourself. There's some stuff that you might need some guidance with, and there's some stuff that you might come to an SEO guy or woman or whatever, but to get some help with.
Indeed, thank you. And you've touched on the answer to this question, actually, but just to really clarify, why is having an online presence in a number of different ways so critical for businesses today?
As you said, 90% of people will go online to find something. So not all of those 90% will rely on Google. 25% of those will go to Bing. You then got people that use Facebook. 83% of people use Facebook every single day. So, if you're not appearing in Google, you're not appearing on Facebook, you're not appearing on everything that's out there, then you're losing your kind of your brand awareness across the board. So whereas a lot of people say that it's really important to be high in Google, which it is, it's now important to make sure you've got your presence on Bing and the other search engines, on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Google Plus. So it's the more it's like, as I say, going back to the offline world, the more times your brand's seen, whether that's your car, that's a billboard, that's a newspaper advert, it's the same online. It's brand awareness, and the more places you appear as a business, the more people recognise you when they need you or your service.
So I've heard this word traffic.
Yeah.
What is traffic? What we're trying to do with traffic?
Traffic's easy. So basically, traffic is the amount of people that come to your website. Anybody can get you traffic. It's not a problem to get people traffic. What I specialize in is quality and relevant traffic. It's all very well having 1,000 people on your website, but if they're not the right kind of people, then that's just a waste of your time and your money. So it's better to have a smaller amount of traffic, but to make sure it's the right kind of traffic. And that means making sure you appear in Google for the right search terms. So if you're a plumber in Gloucestershire, you don't really want to be appearing for garage in Gloucestershire or mechanic or what have you. So as I say, traffic's easy. Traffic's like a tap, really. You can turn it on, you can turn it off with AdWords and things, but it's the relevance of that traffic that makes this whole game so important.
So getting relevant traffic, what do you think are the main ways that you can drive relevant traffic to your website?
The long-term game is always SEO, because it can take anywhere between 3, 6, 9, 12 months to really start coming into action. AdWords is phenomenal. I know some people do dismiss AdWords quite quickly due to bad experiences or what have you, but AdWords, you can literally get the right kind of person down to a T. Facebook advertising, really, really important these days because of the targeting options they give us. In the UK, we haven't got the same targeting options as America has at the moment, but they're coming over here. But even at the moment, we can target people in the postcode you're looking for, the area you're looking for, what they're interested in. But as I say, so I say targeted traffic is not easy, but once you get across various platforms, you can start getting the right kind of person onto your website that you need.
So if we had to choose 3 essential online marketing must-dos, if you were just going to give your clients 3 things to go away and really start thinking about, things that they could do themselves, what would those 3 things be?
One of the most common issues I find is that people rush into online marketing without making sure their website's quality. It's literally like building a house and then thinking, oh, where do I put the windows? You can't readdress it at a later time. So my point is, if you make sure you've got your website, your foundation spot on, that would be the number one thing you have to do. Because as I say, anybody can deliver you traffic, but when we get down to getting the right traffic and you're still not making sales for your website, then that's where you need to look at what's gone wrong and what's not right. So my number one thing would be to make sure your website is perfect, make sure you spent time on it, and to be honest, make sure you spent money on it. There's a lot of free platforms out there, and I understand that. But there's nothing like going to a local web designer or whatever and just sitting down with them and explaining what you want. Yes, you're paying for a website, but you're also paying for many years of experience. The number 2, and the 2 avenues I would say are worth paying for, would be AdWords. I'm going to say that I'm a Google partner, but I say that more so because I've done it. I run lots of campaigns. I know it works, and it gets the right kind of traffic if it's done correctly. And your long-term aim has got to be search engine optimization, SEO, making sure that in a year's time your website's high in Google. I say that's a long-term burner, but those would be the top 3 things you need to address.
Fantastic.
And also just getting yourself a basic understanding of an SEO. Even if you're working with an agency, you still need to kind of understand what they're doing. So spending a little bit of time just working out how it goes, how it works. There's loads of resources. I know you've got some as well, but it is important.
Well, that's reminded me, actually, I don't think I mentioned this, but we've got a little worksheet that we've put together for people to work through after watching this video. So we'll definitely have some pointers on there around SEO. And I think it's probably worth mentioning at this stage that you and I can be working together on a 4-part Overhaul Your Online Marketing series that's coming up in the new year. And what we're going to be doing is helping people to really critique what their online marketing is like now. And we're going to help people identify the small improvements that they can make to their online marketing. And then we're also going to be showing how to really reap the rewards and get the benefits of having a better online marketing presence. So really excited to be working with you on that, Ian.
Many late nights on that one, isn't there?
Oh, so. Yeah, always. So I don't know if there's anything else you'd want to add really around the online marketing. If people were sort of watching this video today and maybe going to leave and just maybe go and have a little look at their SEO, is there one last little pointer you'd give people?
just devote time to understanding. The more you can understand how online marketing works and the various avenues that are right for you, the better. It's a little bit like social media. It's you've got all of these platforms, but which one's going to be the most relevant for you? And I think from an online marketing, you've got a lot of options that you can go down. But it's about picking the one that, if you don't want to employ someone, that you can manage yourself and really understand how it works. The more you understand about Facebook advertising, AdWords or whatever, the better it will do for you. And don't just dismiss it. Things take time. Nothing happens overnight.
I totally agree with that. I was a complete dunce at all this stuff about, not very long ago, probably about even 2 years ago. And you can learn so much just by taking it a step at a time, not getting completely overwhelmed by what everybody else is doing, but just making it your business, your job to learn a little bit more every day about it. And thank you, because you've helped me with a lot of that.
And also tracking results. If you've got SEO happening, AdWords, Facebook happening, but you're not tracking where your inquiries are coming from via Google Analytics or whatever method you want to do, you're literally just throwing money at so many avenues. 2 might not be working for you, 1 might be. So therefore it makes sense that you invest more there. But, when I sit down with a new client for the first time, we'll look for all this data and I'll say, well, where did that inquiry come from? They can't really tell me. And until you know that data and until you know what platform works, some of my clients, Facebook works amazing. For some of them, it doesn't work. And that's one hand the frustration of online marketing, but on the other hand, it's a great factor of online marketing because, some of your competitors won't be doing Facebook advertising. So therefore you should be. If it works, you're great. If not, you look at other alternatives. So tracking is so cool and crucial.
And I'd add to that, actually, just having a go, because you can sit back and think, oh, this won't work and that won't work, and I'm not going to waste money with Facebook, I'm not going to waste money with Google. But until you've actually tried it and actually taken some advice from somebody like yourself, you can't really evaluate if it's any good. So people just have to be brave, don't they? Just be brave and try something.
And also don't dismiss it just because it didn't work. With an AdWords campaign, don't forget, you're spending money with Google, so it's in Google's interest for you to spend as much money as possible. Now, as I say, I'm a Google partner, but what that means is, yes, of course, you're still going to spend money with Google, but what will happen is you'll get a campaign that's going to work for you. So sometimes just because you've tried it doesn't mean it's AdWords' fault, doesn't mean it's your fault. There's just certain settings and certain ways of doing things that can make it work or not work. So I think, try it, but don't dismiss it if it maybe doesn't go quite as well as you hoped it did.
Yeah. Well, that's a fair point. Ian, I think that's probably all we've got time for today. So thank you so much for giving your time. Now, your website's got a couple of really good downloads on it. Is it www.isdigitalmarketing.com?
.co.uk.
Oh, nearly got it right. .co.uk.
Nearly, yes.
Yeah, nearly right. No,
nearly.
If people head over to your website, you've got a couple of really good guides on there.
There's a couple of free guides. There's one about SEO. There's one about online marketing as a whole, and there's one about a Google penalty recovery. But there's also loads of blogs as well. Loads
of good stuff. Thank you so much. You do share your knowledge very, very freely. Really appreciate that.
It's a good way to spend your Saturday afternoon, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I'll just take your word on that.
Absolutely.
Ian, thank you so much. And everybody, listen out for more stuff from Ian, because remember, we're working on this 4-part series together. So really looking forward to that. Ian, thank you so much. You take care. Bye.
Take care, Miranda. Bye-bye.